Hello students, in this video let me continue from where I left in my previous video regarding the drama Mother's Day. Now in this video I will start and at the very beginning you will find that the entry of George Pearson in the house or in the room where already Mrs. Fitzgerald is there and Mrs. Pearson also came. George enters left, that is the stage direction I already told you all regarding this. George enters left glumly. He is unpleasantly surprised when he sees the visitor. He moves to the armchair left, sits down heavily, and glumly lights his pipe. Glumly, he is not in a good mood. He is a bit unhappy also, a bit frustrated, or we can say a bit disappointed also. Then he looks from Mrs. Pearson to Mrs. Fitzgerald, who is regarding him anxiously. Now, from one lady, he is looking on the face of another one. And to his surprise, he found that Mrs. Fitzgerald is looking at him very anxiously, whereas his own wife is looking at him a bit angrily. So now the dialogue of George Pearson. George, just looked in for a minute, I suppose. Mrs. Fitzgerald? Mrs. Fitzgerald, who doesn't know what she is saying? Well, yes, I suppose so, George. George, aghast, totally angry as well as shocked. You are calling me out by my name. You never called me by my name. Now you are calling me out by my name. Mrs. Fitzgerald nervously, oh, I am sorry. Mrs. Pearson impatiently, what does it matter? Your name's George, isn't it? Who do you think you are, Duke of Edinburgh? Your name is George. So she told you George, she called you George. What is the wrong in that? Are you the Duke of Edinburgh that you will be given more honor while referring to your own name? George just looked in for, I already repeated this, so let me continue. George, angrily, what he has got to do with it? Just tell me that. And isn't it bad enough without her calling me George? No tea, Pompey Pearson, and poor Doris has been crying her eyes out upstairs. Yes, crying her eyes out. No tea ready, calling Pompey Pearson, and my daughter, or rather our daughter Doris, she is crying upstairs. So George summed up the entire thing that happened maybe within half an hour when Mrs. Pearson was actually in the house of Mrs. Fitzgerald. And now Mrs. Pearson will be very, very tensed. And she will try to change her personality at the earliest. Because according to her, it seems too much. Her family members, they are humiliated. It's too much now. Now let's see what happens. Mrs. Fitzgerald, we know it is actually Mrs. Pearson. Oh dear, I ought to have known. George, staring at her annoyed. You ought to have known. Why ought you to have known? Nothing to do with you, Mrs. Fitzgerald. It is nothing to do with you. It's a family matter. Now what George is trying to say, it's a family matter. You have nothing to do with it. Forget it. Look, we are at 6s and 7s here just now. So perhaps you will excuse us. Don't worry. You don't have to bother. 6s and 7s means our family situation is a bit topsy-turvy right now. We had a quarrel. And the mentality and the temperament of the family members are not perfect right now. So, will you please excuse us right now? That means indirectly, George is saying to Mrs. Fitzgerald that you go to your own house. Mrs. Pearson, before Mrs. Fitzgerald can reply, I won't excuse you, George Pearson. Next time a friend and neighbor comes to see me, just say something when you see her. Good evening, or how do you do, or something, and don't just march in and sit down without a word. It's bad manners. Now, what Mrs. Pearson, we know actually it is Mrs. Fitzgerald, she is saying to George, the next time when our neighbor will come and visit us, kindly give that particular individual the proper courtesy. You have to say hello or good evening like this. But you haven't shown any sort of courtesy or gesture. So it should not be repeated. And you should learn manners also. Now it is an insult to injury. And it is too much for George. Mrs. Fitzgerald nervously, no, it's all right. Mrs. Pearson, no, it isn't all right. We will have some decent manners in this house, or I will know the reason why. Yes, I want some decent manners in this house, or I should know the reason why the people in this house are not behaving properly. I should know the reason. George, well, what? Mrs. Pearson, why don't you get off to your club? Special night tonight, isn't it? They will be waiting for you, wanting to have a good laugh. Go on then. Don't disappoint them. Now, Mrs. Pearson, all of a sudden, we know by this time it is Mrs. Fitzgerald. She told George that what you are doing right now here, you should be at the club, isn't it? They are waiting to receive you, and they are waiting to make fun of you behind your back. Pompey Pearson. So what exactly are you doing now, right here? So let me continue. George, that's right. Make me look silly in front of her now. Go on. Don't mind me. 6s and 7s. This term is repeated again. Poor Dory's been crying her eyes out. This information also we got earlier from one of his dialogues. Getting the neighbors in to see the fun. Suddenly losing his temper, glaring at Mrs. Pearson and shouting, all right, let me hear it. What's the matter with you? Have you gone barmy or what? Have you had a concussion or what? Because you are behaving in such a strange manner and now you are insulting me in front of a neighbor. Mrs. Pearson jumping up savagely. If you shout at me again like that, George Pearson, I will slap your big fat silly face. Now this is the high point of insulting someone. Mrs. Pearson, now she is behaving like an active volcano, already erupted all of a sudden. And now we know it is not Mrs. Pearson. In reality, it is Mrs. Pearson. But we know that the personalities, they have changed bodies. Deep inside, she is Mrs. Fitzgerald. But from outside, for the people, she is Mrs. Pearson. But we know by this time, we the readers, we the listeners, we the audience, we know it that now that she is actually Mrs. Fitzgerald. So let me continue, dear students. If you shout at me again like that, George Pearson, I will slap your big fat silly face. Mrs. Fitzgerald, oh no, please. Mrs. Fitzgerald, George staring at her bewildered because George is surprised. My own wife is about to hit me, whereas the neighboring lady is showing sympathy towards me. It's a sort of a calculation that is very difficult for George at this moment to solve because neither George nor Cyril nor Doris, they are not aware, they are completely unaware of personalities change bodies that actually happen between Mrs. Pearson and Mrs. Fitzgerald. They will never know this secret, never ever. Now let me continue. Either I am off my chump or you two are. How do you mean? Oh no, please. Mrs. Fitzgerald, look, you are Mrs. Fitzgerald, so why are you telling yourself to stop when you are not doing anything? Tell her to stop. Then there would be some sense in it. Staring at Mrs. Pearson, I think you must be Tiddly. Now George is saying that you are saying to Mrs. Fitzgerald that you are getting deeply anxious, but my own wife is not getting anxious at all. Rather, my wife is getting very angry. So, what is happening? Either I am of my chump means either my own mind has gone a bit crazy, or rather, may I prefer you two are behaving in a very strange manner. It might be this, it might be that. Mrs. Pearson, staring out savagely, say that again, George Pearson. Now, it seems that Mrs. Pearson is very much eager to hit George Pearson in whatever way she can. George intimated, all right, all right, all right. That means, okay, fine, I won't say anything more. Doris enters left slowly, looking miserable. She was crying her heart out and she is looking very miserable. She is still wearing the wrap. That means she haven't dressed up. She was about to go on a date with Charles Spence, and that is the reason she was rebuking her mother, ordering her mother that whether her mother had ironed her yellow silk dress or not. Now she came and she was looking totally depressed and distressed because she is crying. She is still wearing the wrap. Mrs. Pearson sits on the settee. Settee means sofa. Now, dear students, in my next video, I will continue from the next dialogue. In this video, let me stop right now here. Listen to the entire video, and if there is any problem, do ask me. Thank you, students. Thank you all.